Good morning, good morning, good morning. Did we ever blow that first show? Good morning, it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. We're going to try this again, but this time with sound.
Oh, how lovely.
Yes, it's November 6th, 2017, and my name is Paul.
And I'm Bev. Yeah.
And I think we have sound now, so, I'm just going to check here. Yeah, we do. We have sound.
Good start. Uh-huh.
We're sorry, but we only screwed it up for about 10 minutes. But here we are.
Here we are again.
We have a great show today, and our purpose of these shows is to go over 4 things. One of them is to teach BioTouch and to go over one of the parts of our manual or our book written by Deborah Schildhouse.
Yes, and as we are still striving to develop, some dialogue with you and at any time during the streaming, you can make comments or ask us questions. And one of the other things we really want to keep doing is updating you on what's happening in the world with our certified practitioners and this really amazing network that's being built. Yeah.
It is an amazing network, and we've had a little time to practice this show, so we're going to try it again. And the first thing we want to do is we want to say happy birthday to Sharilyn. There you go. Your picture's up there twice today,
I
Sharilyn.
know.
She's one of our certified practitioners, and it's her birthday today, and she is such a wonderful human being.
Yes, we are so blessed to have her with us in this organization, and she's really stepping up, isn't she? She's now the outreach coordinator for the foundation, and she's actually working today.
She is. She's in there
center.
Working and brought little tidbits, little things for us to eat and enjoy for her birthday.
Yes.
So if you have any place that you would like to for us to give a presentation, contact us and we'll give that to Sharilyn. She does all the coordinating. It's like I said in that first show, we've done things like we've been to birthday parties.
Yeah.
People, had a birthday party and brought us. We've been to weddings, been stuck in the corner while, people dance and then they can get a
I never really thought about that. What a great idea.
Yes.
Because, BioTouch can go anywhere.
It can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And as I shared earlier, we set up touch-aware parties.
Touch-aware parties. That's a great thought.
Yeah, so if you want a touch-aware party instead of a Tupperware party, then just give us a call. And because the goal is for people to start dialoguing, to make it part of our life, not something separate. It doesn't have to be something separate than what we do.
Especially with the thinking that's changing for us.
Right.
It's not about separateness anymore. It's about wholeness, inclusiveness.
So I still don't see our thing. So I don't know how we do that. So if you want to just send us an email or questions that you'd like us to address on the show, please do, because we haven't figured out how to do this Facebook posting. So
give us a clue here.
Yeah, give us a clue. So I was reading in the New York Times and came across this picture by Leonardo da Vinci, 1470 that was done.
Yeah.
And it's a full-length picture, with there's the other person in it. And Jenny gave it to me. She says, what do you notice about this picture? And the first thing that happened for me was I went right to the picture of those fingers. And it just was amazing to me.
What came to me too is that angel is greetings.
Right.
The angel is saying greetings to you.
Wow.
Using those first two fingers.
And we find those 2 fingers in many, many, many ancient drawings and pictures. Egypt, Shahrazad sends us a lot of pictures with those 2 fingers. People have sent us things with the Jesus and the Buddha and many, many old India. There's some from East Indian culture. And, so we see it all around the world. So it's it's thing that BioTouch still does that.
Yeah,
just uses these 2
and
fingers.
That's simple. It's actually a symbol, but for BioTouch, it is the tool. Those first two fingers of the hands is the tool that touches the body, begins the healing work that the body is here to do.
And we're just here to share that with you, so that and send us pictures of people doing it. So in another few thousand years, we'll be able to show all of our pictures of people doing
Wow, there
biotouch.
you go. Yeah.
So you also went someplace on Friday to share biotouch.
I did. I went to, I believe it's twice a year, the Dr. Wiles Integrative Medicine here in Tucson at the University of Arizona. He offers a rotation to third and fourth year medical students. They come from all over universities all over the United States, and they have an opportunity to be introduced to, more integrative thoughts, and then they get to experience different modalities. One of them is BioTouch, and it's just it's an amazing experience, not just for them, but for all of us who go and interact with them. Because, as we know, this is the new generation of healers. This is the next generation. And what we see is that they are so open and willing and really excited about pulling in other modalities and other regimens and treatments, techniques that they can integrate with their practice. And so, there's a wonderful doctor, Dr. Anne Marie, that is Dr. Wiles' assistant. And she has been holding this whole rotation and course for many years. And she was there, and she directed me. She said, look at there's this big blackboard where the students can just, thank us or put their thoughts down. Her thought was, we are changing medicine one student at a time. That's a very powerful statement. And then she was telling me that at the University of Irvine, California, they have actually developed a medical college now that from the very beginning, these students are going to be introduced to integrative techniques to work into their allopathic traditional medicine. So something's happening.
It's exciting.
It's exciting.
And actually they come from I've met people there from other parts of the world
Yeah.
too. So that it's not just the United States doctors.
Right.
So it's really becoming a global movement, and we're so happy to have BioTouch be part of it because they get really excited about it too. The simplicity of it. And
yeah, pardon the pun, but they really are touched by what I tell them. I think one of the most memorable thoughts are one of the students shared with me halfway through the session with her. She looked at me and she said, I don't understand why BioTouch isn't being practiced by every single human being on this planet. And I looked at her and I said, wow, that is a statement right from Paul and I. That's our whole purpose here. That's our work here.
And that's really, it is the only purpose we're with these shows is to make a presentation of BioTouch so everyone can feel comfortable doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And your whole experience with the medical system reminds me of a part in our manual that we wanted to read about that. And, it's amazing what's in this manual. So in our preface, it goes, many eminent physicians have speculated that the usual arbitrary distinction drawn between the body and the mind is not appropriate. The liver, when stimulated, secretes bile, the heart pumps blood, and the brain is the center of organization which correlates data and secretes thought. While each internal organ has a specific function, it does not act independently from other organs and systems. Also, many scientists have speculated that the body's inherent healing abilities involve subtle emanations which, though not yet fully understood by the scientific community, are recognized as part of every living organism. Any aspect of the body, when out of harmony, manifests a characteristic disorder which in turn involves other parts of the body that are dependent on its proper functioning. Thus arises the need for a system that addresses the body and possesses the capacity to encourage it toward healing itself and restoring harmony. This is the purpose of the procedures presented in this manual.
Yeah, as we are always, iterating, BioTouch begins by addressing the body. That's all that's necessary. Even this morning, I had a member of my family, say to me, well, I was telling my daughter, she needs to start doing BioTouch with my granddaughter. And she's like, well, what if she doesn't believe in it? And I'm like, that does not have one thing to do with BioTouch. You don't have to believe in it. She doesn't have to believe in it. It's the body that believes in it. The body already knows what BioTouch can do. It begins and opens up the potential to bring itself into wholeness and balance. And that's all we need to know. We just need to know the sets of points that can address a specific area of the body. And that's all we need to know. I don't have to believe in it. Even with the work I'm doing with you, I don't have to believe in it.
Right. And that's what's beautiful. I was just having a discussion this weekend about beliefs, how everything we do is really based on belief system. We were looking into vegetarianism, is how the discussion started. And when you start tracing it way, 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 way back, vegetarianism even, it was a belief system. Even in Hindu religion, they said, well, sometimes you can, sometimes you don't have to. Then it got to, well, yeah, you really should if you're on a spiritual path. And then another one says, well, if you're really and so we just started going not only into that, but all the belief systems we have and all the organizations that were created to pass on these belief systems, all for the purpose of being happy and healthy.
Yeah.
And loved.
Right.
And what's beautiful about BioTouch is you don't have to have any belief system at all.
Right.
Except the one that we've sort of all agreed to, which is the body. That's a belief system. Every single one of us either sees and feels, hears it.
Yeah. We all share that one. And this is about, as we were saying, BioTouch is about inclusiveness. What's the one thing that we all can agree on? We all have a body.
Right. And so even if that's a so-called belief system,
you can physically see the body, by the way.
Right.
I mean,
it was like we were also talking about time, and it's like, oh, well, what is timelessness? Because right now, I'm in time. I see. So, that's what's nice about BioTouch is all these philosophies, all these theories. They're wonderful. I love getting into philosophy.
Yeah. Me too.
Go deep. I've read a lot of stuff. But
right.
BioTouch has always been inspiring for me because I don't need that to share with you or anyone else. BioTouch. I don't need a belief system. I just need to take these two fingers and lightly touch another human being very lightly on the skin.
Right.
And that's it. Like you were saying, the rest of it takes care of itself. You were talking about who's the doctor that was doing the cellular level?
Oh, Dr. Bruce Lipton?
Yes.
Well, I am very excited about the work that he has done some breakthrough research on. He's a cellular biologist. And, when we think about BioTouch and how ancient it probably is, the thought about that down at the cellular level, there is a consciousness. Medical science has actually, through his research, has now discovered that, oh my gosh, there is consciousness in the atom, in the cellular makeup of form in our bodies. And that with changing the story, which BioTouch changes the story for the body. When we start doing that, we can actually love those atoms and cells into a whole different picture of healing. I mean,
it reminds me of another, he was a PhD in some kind of mind-body research. And this was maybe 15 years ago. We were at a seminar with this guy was giving a presentation, and I stepped in on his presentation, and he said, change happens when in the deepest seat of consciousness, you were just talking about that, whenever in this life we have a wow experience. And he said, after that, he says, now, if you want that experience today, you go out there, there's these folks doing that touch healing technique because we had a little booth out there. He says, go get some of that touch.
And that's powerful.
That was powerful because one thing that we notice whenever you have BioTouch or you give BioTouch, the recipient when you're done, always goes, wow.
Wow. So it is maybe BioTouch. It's those little atoms in our bodies going, wow.
Yeah, it's a
Look
wow.
what we get to have now.
It's like when you open up something on Facebook and all these little
Yeah,
things
right.
fly out. It's like
Yeah.
BioTouch. It's this bing,
I
bing,
know.
wow, 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 wow. Right.
That's amazing.
So we can only encourage you to do a little bit of BioTouch. You don't have to believe it. It's easy to do, and we do want to share with you a little from our manual. We always want to share some points. And so today we're going to share with you how to do the ear set. So here we go.
The eye set is performed on the same side of the head. It may be used to address any type of eye conditions. Hold point X is located on both sides of the head and may be found in either of the following ways. Place the first two fingers of one hand in the indentation beside the neck muscle at the base of the skull, then slide the fingers up the back of the skull, over a rise in the bone, to a very definite valley or dent, which is hold point X. Another way to find X is to estimate a point about 1/3 of the way down from the top of the ear and 1 to 1.5 inches behind the back edge of the ear. Again, there is a definite valley or dent in the skull, and this is hold point X. It is also the same as point 4 of the head set. To perform this set, hold X and touch points 1 through 4, which are on the same side of the head as X. These points are in a line beginning at point 1, which is just in front of where the ear meets the face. Point 2 is halfway between point 1 and the outside corner of the eye. Point 3 is at the outside corner of the eye. To touch point 4, ask the recipient to close their eye and touch on the recipient's closed eyelid. This is a sensitive area, so work gently.
Well, that's not the ear set, but it is the eye set. Did start with an E.
This is fun.
Phew, what a day. First no sound, then the wrong set. But that's all right, because BioTouch is BioTouch regardless of how much we screw up on this show.
There's always the ear set next week.
So please, it's easy to practice. You can go online. If you want to just get the first 10 pages, there's no cost at that. It at least gives you the greeting, tells you a little about the foundation, and you just have to fill in your email. For $18 membership, you can actually get the whole downloadable version of our training manual.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want the hard copy, you can just order that online. So it is getting ready for holidays too.
It is, isn't it?
So that's a great gift, a little membership for people.
Oh, give the gift of membership.
Give the gift of membership.
Right.
And it's only $18. It supports a nonprofit organization that's sharing BioTouch around the world. It gives your family and friends the opportunity to practice. Mm-hmm. We also have the book, BioTouch, Healing with the Power in Our Fingertips by Deborah Schildhouse. Right. If you know of anybody that's even remotely interested in understanding this integrative approach to healthcare, mm-hmm. The medical system is finally coming around, and I think it's time that we just expose people. Well, this book is perfect about that. Deborah interviewed me, and it takes through my life, it takes you through her life and her experience learning BioTouch, and it makes it accessible to people. I think it's the word. It's such
a great story.
Yeah.
I laughed, I cried, I got inspired, I got chills. It's a human story.
Human story, and it's an easy read, but inspiring.
Yeah.
And when we got that book translated into German, people are really getting excited about it there. There's classes now. There's a manual in German, a DVD. We have 5 people now trying to get certified in Germany and Switzerland.
Speaking of that, this weekend we have a CP class, certification class. But, I want to say that by becoming a member for $18, our whole thing is not about, we're an educational foundation. We present and we offer for anybody the opportunity to learn this technique. But for $18, wherever you are, you can go in there and you can learn this technique on your own. You do not, it's not just by class only or online training only. You can, and we've had that happen so many times. You can just go in there and learn it yourself.
So just to let you know, I sent out the first lesson of the German certification program out today. Michaela sent it to me, so we have the certification program now. The online training is in German, and slowly that we'll get each.
I just can't say how excited.
So BioTouch around the world, please, if you'd like to get the book, let us know. Great holiday gift, and then take a photograph for us and send it to us so we can see where BioTouch is around the world. So I think we finally did another great show,
sound.
Bev, with sound. And again, my name's Paul.
And I'm Bev.
And we really want to thank you much for joining us on Monday, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a glorious week.
All around to the sun, they come here every day. They do a lot of touching.